Well, hey there, I'm Joel. Thanks for renting the Leprechaun 210 RS. Let me show you how to get set up. Well, the first thing you want to do when you get to your campsite is to level your RV front to back and right to left. So the way that you'll do that is to go to the back compartment here, unlock it, and you can see there are leveling blocks. There are some smaller ones for the front tires, and there are some larger ones for the back tires. You'd simply set them into a triangle shape and then drive up over it. The next thing you need to move over once you're level is to grab the power cord out of the compartment in the back. Very large compartment back here, has a lot of your storage. The power cord is a 30 amp that has the connection that goes to the RV and to the pedestal. Be sure to look at the pedestal and make sure that the breaker is turned on. Other electrical connections are found in this tub and include a plug that goes from the 30 amp down to the 120 that would plug into your house, as well as a 50 down to a 30, or even a surge protector might be included, just for all your electrical needs. Let's get started talking about the plumbing. So in this tub you have water filters, you have water hoses that will go from the pedestal all the way to your RV. First, you want to screw the water hose into the water source of the campground. Then make it go to the filter. Then I'll show you how to plug it into the camper. So the water connection on the RV, you simply flip that open and you'll notice there's a black tank flush connection, or this black is your fresh water. This little connector makes it so much easier to screw that on and tighten it down. Just finger tight should be fine. And then your water filter can be attached to this. Right. Once it's attached, on the door you can open it up if you wanted to close it, and it'll filter in to your camper. One more note about the interior of this area: you shouldn't have to worry about flushing the black tank. And at a normal campground, this blue should be sitting down like this, so that the city water pressure will be what provides you the water pressure for your RV. You don't have to worry about filling tanks or adjusting this at all. So this is what a proper setup should look like at your campground. All right, now that you've got yourself level, you've got your power hooked up and your water, let's go ahead and hook up your sewer. Normally at your campgrounds, if you have what they call full hookups, your sewer connection will be a hole in the ground that you need to attach the sewer line to. Let me tell you how to do that. In your storage area, you'll find a Ziploc bag that has the adapter for your sewer line. And inside the bumper, you'll find a long hose that connects from your RV to the city connection. So on an RV sewer connection, you'll have a black tank valve, a gray tank valve, and the central opening. Now you want to make sure that both of these are closed at the time of connection, otherwise you're going to have a surprise. So this joint right here is what you connect your sewer line from the RV to. So you unhook the bumper connection and you slide this on and make sure that it locks in position. At the point, the connection to the ground, you want to get out. You can certainly be wearing gloves. There's gloves provided in the container. Since this is brand new, I don't mind handling all this. So this is that adapter that would go directly into the ground connection. Give it a twist or two. And then this plastic part connects to that and locks into position. At the campsite, what I like to do if we're going to be taking showers a lot or washing a lot of dishes is I will go ahead and open and leave open the gray. That way all the shower water and sink water will just automatically flow into the ground. The final note about the black tank, Make sure you don't have the gray and the black open at the same time. So you close the gray probably a couple hours before you want to leave your campsite. Open up the black, that gets all the toilet water all the way down. And then I open that, and then once I close the black, finally open the gray. That will wash out the residue that might be in the hose and get it all out. Then just do the reverse. Pack it all in, put the hose in the bumper, and put the adapter back in the Ziploc bag. All of the baggage doors do have a latch that you fold back. Then when you put the baggage door in the upright position, you allow it to catch. That will hold the latches up above so the doors aren't slamming in the head. Doing a quick walk around of the rig, you'll note not only the door handle has two locks, a deadbolt and a regular lock, but that screen door also detaches if you need to have that separate. You have solar power connection that is charging your battery while you're parked. Inside here, you do have a TV setup with a DVD player, as well as the remotes to control that. This is pretty simple to use. You might have to take a little bit of time, but all the remotes should be put back in here when you're done. Underneath your TV is the propane storage. You shouldn't have to mess with this at all. This will be full, but if you go on an extended trip, you want to keep an eye on that because your refrigeration as well as all the things on your stove are run by that RV, as well as your heater. If you're camping during the wintertime, the propane will be running your heater. That's what's on the outside here. Be cautious. This does get very hot. This is the backside of your refrigerator. You shouldn't have to mess with that at all. And as long as you're plugged into shore power or have the generator running, you have 120 volt outlets that could be used right here for whatever your camping needs might be. The back of the RV is pretty simple. You've got your backup camera as well as the third light. You've got a ladder to access the roof, but of course I prefer you don't. And then this little short storage area not only gives you access from the back as well as the side, but as you enter the coach door, there's a bank of switches there. You can turn on the storage light to give you access at nighttime to see what you're getting into. All right, the awning is a large 15-foot awning that is simply opened by pushing the button on the interior and then extending the awning until the slide is completed. The control panel is seen right inside the coach door as you come in. The top button, the water pump, if you are dry camping, this will be pulling the water out of your holding tank. The gas water heater is the only way to heat your water, and that can be turned on here, and it'll give the blue light to let you know when it's on. The bed slide is pushed out or in with the buttons here. The generator can be operated. The way you prime the generator is to hold the button down in the bottom here until that light shows up, then push the start button until it fires up. Your tanks and liquid propane can be checked. Every time you push these buttons, it will show you the level at which your tanks are full. These bank of switches obviously are labeled, so you have your awning, your interior lights, the awning light outside, as well as your storage light that we mentioned before. In the front of your rig, there is a front cap light that comes on and provides a lot of nice night light at the campsite. The RV is equipped with a solar panel on the roof that will keep your coach battery charged during the day. For privacy inside the rig, there are two options. One, you can use an exterior around the front of the cab, and that can be done by opening the doors, extending the cover over the front cab, and closing the doors to secure it. Or if you prefer to stay inside the cab, you can simply use this interior one that attaches to the Velcro and drapes along the front. So the interior space above the cab is great for sleeping, and you simply pull that center part so it fits in between. If you have younger kids and you want to latch this buckle up to the top, this screen keeps them from falling out. The ladder can be found right here and obviously connects to the two hooks right here. And the TV that's up above can be swung out for better viewing. I put some Velcro here to hold the remote. So once you're plugged into shore power, again, the 120 will provide access to your TV. There is a HDMI and a DVD player found right here in the cab. The driver compartment is pretty simple. It has everything set up, as you may know, your cruise control, your lights here on the left. Your dash, once you're powered in, it does have some GPS. But one thing I want to note is I've installed a tire pressure check. This will let you know the tire pressure, and it will beep at you if you ever go too far above because of overheating, or you're losing air and it goes too far below. This power USB has both C and A connections and can be turned on and off with the side button. These seats are great because you can swivel them around for additional seating in the cab. So the first thing you want to do is to move the seat back as far forward as it can. Pull this yellow button to swivel them towards the center, and now they can be spun around and locked into place. There is some additional hidden seating as well to make this a U-shaped dinette. You simply come to this area, you pull it straight out, and then there is an extra pad that simply folds into that area. That would provide additional seating that goes all around the table. The dinette also can be lowered into a bed if you needed additional sleeping by folding this out, pulling this up, taking off that bottom leg, and setting this into the floor so it's all one level. All right, welcome to the kitchen area. You have a lot of storage up top, from bowls, mixing bowls, measuring spoons, as well as other plates. You can certainly bring your own disposables. There's pots and pans found throughout the rig to be used on the stove. Underneath here, next to the paper towel holder, is additional outlets, 2 120 outlets, as well as some USB outlets that can be used at any time for you. The coffee maker, the Keurig coffee maker, or the toaster, which is found up above the cab, can be brought over, placed on this counter, plugged in, so that you have your coffee every morning. There are 2 additional drawers in here with knives and forks and spoons, whatever you guys might need for cooking. This platform is moved to access a 2-basin sink. There is a pull-out sprayer if you need it as you clean. Underneath here, you've got some additional storage for paper towels, whatever you need. The stove can be used by flipping the glass cover back. The spark igniter can be used for all of these except the oven. So you simply give yourself some gas going to it, and as you light, you can see the propane is turned on and allows you to cook your food evenly there. Up above is your microwave. There's usually a pool noodle or something to keep that glass shelf from sparking around. Above here, you have additional storage for cups, paper plates, bowls, whatever needed. And up here, you do have an electric griddle. So, got to have that bacon in the morning. Your refrigerator is turned on and off with this button here. And in the auto feature is where you want to keep it. That means that it will automatically switch between gas and electric. So on the road as you're driving, it will be cooling via gas. And when you get to your campsite, it will automatically switch over to be cooling yourself with the electric. The last thing to mention in the kitchen is this large pantry area where you can store all your food and chips and whatever else you may need. The trash can is got a bungee around it, and that should keep it here in the center from rotating around, and that kind of lives in this area, which I found to be the most convenient. So the kitchen is, although it's small, it's got some big bang. This Dometic system can be somewhat confusing. It's 13,500 BTUs, so it'll cool it off very nicely. However, I would recommend on this thermostat to simply hit your button until the cool, if you're during the summer, goes up and you adjust your temperature accordingly, or the furnace and adjust your temperature accordingly. It does have a fan feature, but I found that to be quite confusing. All right, moving back into this main bedroom here. Once the slide is extended and your bed is folded back down, you have full access to whatever you need inside here. This is the storage for all of your hanging clothes. You do have additional drawer storage for bedding or whatever else you might need. You have a remote control for your backroom TV here that does have HDMI and regular antenna hookups as well. Above the bed, not only do you have a light switch so you can read at night, but you do have additional storage above the bed for whatever you might need there. Next to the bed, there are additional power plugs as well as USB charging stations. And even for this compact rig, you have quite a large bathroom in here. In the bathroom, you'll notice you have a full stand-up shower with hot and cold water, as well as a glass door. You have a sink and storage underneath. You have a porcelain foot flush commode, as well as plenty of storage above the bathroom toilet as well.